It's like the sliding in the DMs.
It's a little bit tougher than that. It's
a little tougher than that.
A little bit more complex.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Feeling when music is involved, feelings get hurt very quick.
Give me one or two things each and make it a successful pregame.
Great music.
That's number one.
Great music.
You both agree on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
If you don't agree on that, you have to have great music for the pregame.
Okay.
The pregame is the best part about going out. If you have crap music, that means crap vibe. You start off the night on a bad foot.
Let me ask you a question. How many songs do you give whoever's controlling the music till you say get out? It's not good enough music. 2, 3?
So that's tough. Whoever starts off on aux, if they come out with just absolute horrible vibe killing songs, the initiation of telling the person that like it's always has to be like this subtle like, yo, I have a very specific song I want to play. You mind if I hop on aux? And then you just never get off.
It's like the sliding in the DMs.
It's a little bit tougher than that. It's a little
tougher than that.
A little bit more complex.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
When music is involved, feelings get hurt very quick.
What about the sliding in the DMs? Feelings get hurt quick too. If you're too quick to assume something, or just you get the wrong idea. You shouldn't, because it's just a DM. But
I think music is kind of
you don't think a DJ at a party is like the equivalent of like telling somebody that it's somebody else's turn is like the equivalent of.
I think there's a lot more at stake for a DM, honestly, than to request a song be turned down.
Number 2, so you both agree on number 1. Number 2, what makes a good pregame?
It's tough. I think it depending on how many people you have. Are there multiple groups throughout the apartment or the house? Is everybody vibing together? I think depending on where you're going, depending on what you're doing,
right,
what the night ahead has in store, right, I think it's important to kind of decide what's the vibe created by the group. So I would say like group vibe overall for me.
No, 100% agree. And it's also like with that, it's exactly the mix of people. It's like it has to be a good mix of people.
Yes.
Like there can't be any beef between anybody there.
Right.
Because then it's just like bad music, like you're getting off to a weird vibe. But the girl-guy dynamic within a pregame has to be there. Like it's either going to be, if it's just like you and all your boys going out, like that's one pregame. But like if you have a mix of girls and guys that like there is some dynamic between like a couple of them where there's like some past, that always makes for an interesting pregame.
Do you feel like there has to be a ratio at a pregame, like at a party, like girls to guys?
A lot of our friends would say so, yeah. Right, it's a ratio thing.
It could be a ratio.
It could be, but there's also
the ratio is always.
You should be able to have a good time regardless.
Exactly, yeah. The ratio shouldn't matter, but it's always good to have.
Yeah,
and this is also assuming that nobody in the group I think it's different too if like you're going out with somebody and they're dating somebody and they're bringing them with them versus just having girls around that are friends of the group with the other group members present. Which I think for the most part for us it's usually the latter, and it's not like some person. Not that it would really be an issue or create an issue with the vibe, but having a group of people here versus like individually people bringing like their girlfriend, because I think we also realize that like you hate to say it, but when there's a girlfriend in the group, there tends to be like a higher level of tension just overall, like the way she's like, oh, my boyfriend's acting like this, or he's doing this, or this is how he is around his friends. Like you hate to say it, but most of the time, like it's almost like they're there to almost like kind of chaperone and watch over things versus like there to like have a good time.
Oh, agreed. And you could tell right off the bat too. Yes. It's established immediately. So there's that. There's some people that are just like that. There's also some times where you go and it's like grandfathered in. Like we know, like we vibe with these people. Like we know these girls like this and that. So I think there's definitely different dynamics for all types of girl to guy ratios. What do you think, Cussboy?
What was that?
What do you think, Cussboy?
What's that mean?
Cussboy.
What's that mean?
It's just a nickname I gave you just now.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
You're not going to explain what it is?
It doesn't have to be anything, just words.
Okay. Well, I would say a good pregame is also I would think if you're going to a concert, listening to some of the music of who you're going to go see. Like not just random music, like definitely getting hype.
Okay.
Definitely on
Pregame
that.
in this
Okay.
in the
Right.
The truest form.
Yeah, so that, and then whatever number that is, 1 or 2, 3, 4, or whatever, and then I don't know, like a level of something different not every time, but like if it's nice outside, you go outside and change it up a little bit, change the scenery up. Doesn't have to be inside. Throw the football around a little bit, have a catch, play some cornhole outside.
Sure.
Don't just sit in the
It's a
room.
little rough.
On what level?
You work up a sweat. You're already dressed. You can't be. And I don't agree with physical activities before pre-gaming.
Well, what about a level of no physical activity? You can't
Maybe
throw.
some
You can't
physical
throw a
activity.
beanbag.
Maybe like a little bit. Maybe like a craps or something. Oh, a beanbag. Okay, I can.
Like a little cornhole.
Cornhole.
Yeah,
Cornhole's
a little
acceptable,
cornhole
yeah.
versus
You're
like,
okay with cornhole?
Yeah, I wouldn't say like
like
running
a 5-on-5
routes or-
basketball game or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't
That's
say
too
something
much.
like that. Yeah, running routes or anything like that. It's a little. We can't be sweating.
Yeah, but then how do you? Here's my question. What about beer pong pregame? That's a physical activity.
That's not.
You're just tossing a.
You're tossing a bag. You're tossing a ping pong
It's
ball.
extending your whatever the hell this is.
Right.
Fibula.
So you're like no physical
Patella.
activity. That's physical activity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if cornhole's acceptable, I think
Right. That's like where you're
acceptable.
drawing the line.
Yeah. No, I think that's fine.
All right.
Yeah. It's a pre-game game. I would say.
Okay.
I think that's acceptable.
How do we feel about requests for songs at weddings? Because I feel like there's a lot of debate up in the air for that. Some people might say, well, the bride and the groom
Yeah.
hired someone,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, I don't know, haven't planned a wedding myself, but I'm sure there's a point where they're telling the DJ, here's some of our favorite songs, here's some things we'd like played, here's some genres that we want played.
It's a weird line right there.
Yeah,
It's
here's
a
some
weird
genres
line.
we want stayed away from. And, I've been to weddings where there's kids at them, or, younger teenagers, and, you give them a little flexibility where it's like, oh, okay, like they're having a good time, and they want
play
the
one Taylor Swift
right,
song.
they want the DJ to play a Taylor Swift or like a dance song
Yeah.
that's like popular amongst them or on TikTok or something. But
Right.
I think there's also a line to be like, it shouldn't be the guests constantly going up and saying, oh, can you play this? Can you play this? Can you play this? Because you're there for a good time.
Right.
And everybody knows you're going to a wedding. You're probably giving a pretty generous gift if you're invited. But I don't think that gives you the right to take away songs and kind of the experience that the bride and the groom are looking for throughout the night.
And that works the reverse. Like the DJs knowing you're not at a wedding when they're at a bar, and
Right.
the wedding goers knowing you're not at a bar when you're at a wedding.
Right.
Like this is not your free for all. Hey, go up and try to sing karaoke or put a request in.
Exactly.
I mean, there's planning that goes on for a while, putting together lists for all the music.
Just the universal signal of, all right, now everybody's on the same page here, like everybody's about to have a night. The lights dim, everything just gets a little bit more chill. Everybody's like getting loosened up, like drinks are flowing, the music starts to get a little bit better. Like that's when the night starts picking up. That is the unspoken thing that we should talk about is the lights dimming. That is such a small thing that people wouldn't think about, but it goes such a long way. It's not even funny. Big fan of the lights dimming. Really, really gets me going.
You want to get us started?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think if I want to start with eggs or not, because I guess we might as well. It's not.
Take a crack at it.
So we'll go back from the year 2000 to 2025. Things are a little different in terms of the grocery store. Eggs, obviously, right now, or more recently for different reasons, going up. But hey, we're going to run through some prices of items from a typical grocery store from 25 years ago to today. Take a look. Eggs, a dozen in 2000. Anybody want to try to guess?
A dozen?
A dozen.
Extra large, quail. What kind of eggs?
I'm gonna say 80 cents.
In 2000?
Year 2000, 25 years ago.
80
Do you
cents.
think higher or lower?
Well, higher.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to say a dozen eggs in 2000,
Mm-hmm.
$3.50.
93 cents.
Are you fucking kidding
Wow.
93 cents.
Wow.
me?
Today?
93 cents?
Today?
Today, a dozen eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I have bought eggs.
$10.
I'm gonna say $6.75.
For some reason, it says cost per pound. This is a ranker list. $5 cost per pound. What is a dozen now? Is
12.
No, it's no, that's not different. But
Sorry, Kevin.
okay.
It's okay.
The
It's not the 90s anymore.
the cost is a dozen eggs a pound.
I guess that's what they're comparing it to.
Yeah,
First,
well,
it says cost per pound
You
$5.
can't just say it's like.
I don't know why
it might
it's-
be a pound, but it's like every mother gives birth to a different ounce baby. Same thing with chickens.
Uh-huh.
So
What
you
about
can't
quail?
just
What
say
about
it's a
quail?
pound. Quail are different. Quail are small and they come in sixes, by the way. And
How
they're
do you-
smaller and they're brown.
What? What?
Nothing, Ed. Continue.
All right. So moving on to other stuff. Bacon, 2,000 cost per pound again. A pound of bacon. That's
a lot.
right.
That's a lot of bacon. That's feeding 3 families in the morning.
Cost of bacon in 2020?
No, 2,000
Oh, 2,000. I'm
cost
sorry.
per pound.
$1.90.
I don't know how much bacon costs now, to be honest with you. I would say.
Okay. Well, I'll give you that.
All right,
And you can try to guess off
pound
that.
of bacon.
In 2025, it's $7.04.
Okay, so in 2020,
It's
how
how
much?
much is it now?
$7.
$7 okay.
So how much was it in 2000? That's what you're saying.
What did I say?
When you get a chance.
I
Yeah.
said $1.90.
I'm gonna say $2.50.
$2.93.
Okay.
Not. I mean,
And what is it now? $2.93 and 20.
$7.04.
Wow, so more than twice as much. Wow.
I wonder why though, because that's pig.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing to do with chicken.
Or quail, honestly.
Pork and fowl.
What about steak?
I like steak a lot.
Cost per pound?
See, so
Is it
that's
Wagyu?
tough because not even just Wagyu, but like different cuts of steak are more expensive.
I like mine well done.
Chuck?
So you don't like steak.
You want a chuck steak?
What's a chuck steak?
It's a guy that lives around the corner.
What?
No, I like
Full name is Charles?
Charles steak. No, you're thinking about filet mignon.
The cost per pound in 2025 is $8.28. What
For
about
steak?
what? Yeah, it says
What,
just
skirt?
says regular steak. 2,000?
2006.
No, 2,000.
So I would not pay $2,000.
What is it now?
The year 2000. Cost per pound of steak. It just says regular steak.
So what is it now? You said 8 something?
$8.28.
I'm gonna say in 2000 it was closer to 5.
I would say it's closer to 5, too.
You make a great team. It's $3.
$3 per pound?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
You're a little high.
Definitely more steak to go around.
What about lean ground beef?
That's more expensive. That's called a luxury item because you're cutting out the fat content. It's less taste, but more work for the butcher. So you have to pay for that.
How
I
much?
don't know if that's actually true or not.
How much do you think per pound?
Lean what?
It just says lean ground beef.
Lean ground beef. So it is about. I think it's about. How much a pound now?
You want me to tell you?
I could probably guess.
Go.
Lean ground beef.
Go.
It is. I would say it's about
$8 a pound.
like $7.50 a pound. A 3-pound thing at BJ's is $22.
We don't need all that information. 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty close.
What about in 2000?
$3.
I'm gonna say 420.
220.
shit.
222.
$2.22.
222. Wow.
Jesus, that's a lucky
Yeah.
number, huh?
Moving on to how about ground coffee?
Ground
We'll do
coffee?
one more after this.
See, this is weird because it's ground coffee is so much less expensive now because K cups you're paying for the
Convenience?
convenience. Yeah, so like ground coffee is always less expensive.
How
'Cause you
much
put
of the
more
ground
work in it.
coffee are we
Oh,
talking?
CML does that. Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, so I have a machine, like a coffee machine.
We don't need all that.
Well, I'm
Just-
explaining,
Oh.
so I'll tell you. I have a coffee machine, and you put whole beans in it, and it actually has a grinder built into it.
Cool beans.
So when you make a cup, it just takes the beans, it grinds them, and then
Yeah.
it like pressurizes it, and then it makes a cup of coffee.
You froth or no?
I actually do have like
Big
a
froth?
thing on the side for milk, and it can create very frothy milk. It'll get
Shit,
stuck
condensed or no?
all over your lips.
Is it condensed?
It's not condensed.
Pressurized?
It's good stuff, though.
It is.
I like whipped cream too.
Ground coffee, 2025, $7.02. Year 2000,
How much of this is it?
$1.20,
Just as
£1 pound,
$1.30.
$2.50.
$3.63.
Damn, girl. She's not getting that whole bean. It's expensive for that shit.
You got to pay for it with the quality froth. How about whole milk
I'm more of a skim guy.
Like a gallon?
per gallon?
Oh, if you're drinking a
Set-
gallon of fucking...
$7 today.
You think you could chug a gallon of whole milk?
No.
You?
I don't like whole milk. I could definitely...
You could chug skim?
I can chug skim. Skim goes down easy, but I can
A
definitely...
gallon?
I don't know about a gallon.
Well, I mean, like... Well, not,
I would like to, if I had the choice to chug any type of milk product, any type of lactose.
Nesquik.
Nesquik strawberry milk.
Really?
Yeah.
I was right. Wow.
Or Wawa cookies and cream.
I don't like strawberry
Wawa
milk.
cookies and cream.
Yeah.
They're bad. It's loaded bad for you, but
It is loaded.
It's got like, what, 70 grams of sugar?
And,
Oh,
like,
it's
and
all
fat
sugar, yeah,
and
but it
shit.
just tastes great. It's cream, the creme de creme. It's good though. It's horrible for you. It's not even milk. I think it's just like soot.
it looks like that, actually. But I love
That's
Wawa.
good, though.
I love Wawa.
Wawa's good. If you're going to
Clarke.
Wawa late night, you get the glazed twist. That's an expert recommendation.
What
It's
is
two
it?
donuts in one, glazed twist. 2 donuts in one. Looks like
Like a pretzel twist?
not like a pretzel twist,
Like a braid,
like
pretzel
figure
braid?
Eight, figure eight.
Figure 8.
It's 2 glazed donuts and a figure eight.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Goes good with whole milk?
I
Never
drink
had
only
it.
whole milk. Actually, that's what I drink.
That's it?
I mean, I drink water on other things.
But I mean, no skim.
No skim. Whole milk. And if I'm getting any drink, any type of latte, any type of matcha, it's going to be whole milk.
What are you putting in your vodka rig sauce? What kind of cream?
Heavy.
Heavy cream. Shit. Damn, girl.
You did... true or false,
Sauce.
you bought a cookie from a concert before.
True.
Was it warm? This is an actual.
It was warm.
Was
Yeah,
it?
it was like
Think
heated.
about it. It was chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Was it a Mrs. Hill chocolate chip with sea salt on top, though?
Now, the Mrs. Hill cookies are unrivaled.
There.
So,
What else would they sell? Like, it's so random for them to sell a cookie at a concert, like a hip hop rap concert. What else did they have? Like that you
well, they
could
have,
buy?
Churros.
they have the bar area upstairs.
Churros?
I think it's
Probably
food.
churros.
Do they have churros? What do they have at the Brooklyn? What was it called? The place
Brooklyn
where we
Mirage?
saw.
Oh my god, they had like a fucking canteen.
They had a whole like.
Minaj.
Yeah, they did.
Nicki Minaj was there.
She was.
Oh, who else?
Trent Grissom.
He plays for the Yankees. Or used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Trent Grisham.
Yeah.
Is he still on the Yankees?
The Brooklyn Mirage had a whole. It was like a little food court type deal. There was a little picnic area, late night burgers, pizza slices.
But the Franklin
Taco.
Music Hall had cookies.
Franklin who? Huh?
Music Hall?
Mm-hmm.
Cookies.
Yeah, cookies.
What
I
else?
don't know what else.
What
I think
else?
churros.
They might have had
Churros, pretzels, hard and soft.